Remember how we started on this? Just get something down. And that's how we get started on any project. And then it kind of evolves from there. And it will, for each one of us, it will go in different directions because we're different. And what we think we want in there will change. Now, you can see, can you see the things that have changed since the last video? Several things. I have added leaf factors in here. A couple I have already stitched there. And I added some petal factors right here that I haven't stitched down yet. I have done some border stitching along this area here to accentuate that, and I will do that same blue border stitching along the scallops across the top of this. And then I will stitch these down, of course. And these stamen are in here now too. All right. And then these two little buds, which represent buds, they will be stitched down with the same blue bordering. And then this little piece here, which is just a accent piece, just like the blue ones are, is in. And then a little bit of fiber here that kind of represents how the stem might be coming up and around and so forth. And then just a little greenery down here to ground it in there. And little decorative fabric out here with some metallic threads to add some glitz, which is the same fabric that is kind of ruffled right in this part right here. I'm really pleased with it, and I'm glad that it's coming along as well as it is. Now, I thought I would just do a little stitching here with you. Get a needle on this blue accent here. I used just a plain back stitch to go right under where the satin stitch is already on the scallops. All right. So let's just go up here, and I'm going to do a little overcast stitch on the side. And I don't care that I'm catching the little fringy parts of the eyelash trim, because that is actually helping me to couch it down as I go along in parts. Okay. So I'm coming right underneath that satin stitch and just doing a small back stitch. Just trying to accentuate or outline the shape, and also accentuate that satin stitch there too. Just push this out away for a minute and come over under that. Keeping my stitches fairly small, trying to get them even, you know me. Nothing perfect about me, so please don't measure them. While I'm stitching here, don't forget to check the post on the post tab, or community tab as some of you may remember it, about a collaboration that's coming up, a 12-week collaboration with Marcia at Markets of Sunshine. We will be doing that every Wednesday morning for 12 weeks, which will take us through the end of the year. And then I am working on a project for next year, and I will be posting that on the post tab a little bit later, and also I'll introduce it through a video so everyone can sometime this month, because I want everyone to have the month of November to think about it and plan it if they want to join me. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be different than anything I've done on the channel up to now. So be on the lookout for that. Can you see how that starts accentuating and outlining the shape? And doesn't let it just fade so much into the background fabric. Now, I chose the colors I did because I wanted to keep it soft and muted. So the fact that it fades somewhat into the background is a good thing. But I don't want it to totally disappear. So accentuating it a little, just like that, is all it really needs to pop it out. The project for next year is going to be one that challenges me as well as you, I think. And so we'll be learning and experimenting together throughout the year. And I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to have some practical value as well. So I think I'm looking forward to that. So a lot coming up. The collaboration with Markets of Sunshine, and then the new project, year-long project for 2026. Of course, we'll be doing little things in between, so we will always have a reason to stay scrap happy, won't we? And please, if you like what you see here, please share it with your friends on social media. Help me grow my channel. I would really appreciate that. Shares mean a lot. And of course, if you're new here and you see value, please consider subscribing and hit the notification little bell so you won't miss any videos. The one you miss is the very one you wanted. That's what always happens to me if I don't subscribe to the channels that I really like to follow. Because even though I have decades of experience stitching, I am still a learner. I always will be a learner because I don't know it all, and I never will know it all. And besides that, there are talented people out there, much more talented than anything I have. So I can learn from them. And that's what I always want to do. I always want to have that mindset to be a learner. Okay, what do you think? Can you see now how that helps you to see that right away, the top of that flower? Really helps a lot. All right, let's take this, tie it off. Now I've got to find a fabric that I want to use for that. That isn't too bad. And it really plays in well with the greens out here. I think that's exactly what I'll use. That was nice of that to be just sitting there waiting for me. First thing I saw. Let's get 2 strands out of here. All right. These little pieces came off of a skirt that my daughter gave me out of her closet when she cleaned out her closet. And she had some beautiful skirt fabrics. And so that's one of the skirt fabrics. And it had that little motif running around in a ruffle. And I thought that's just exactly what I need. And so I cut me some little petal shapes out of that. And I'm just using that. Okay, and I'm just going to do a straight running stitch along the outside edge of these little petals. Again, if I catch the eyelash trim, that's okay. It's actually working for me. Okay, we can take that one out. This background fabric was a piece of home decor fabric that came out of one of the sample books, and so you just have a swatch of fabric depending on what size the sample book is, and so that's what this piece of fabric was. You just have one piece. There's so you don't have anything else. You have to find something to put with it, and but if you see something that strikes you, which those colors in the back did, and I just really liked it, and I wanted to do something for a wall hanging piece, a new piece of art, and I just thought that would be perfect. Okay, you see there how that is just coming together right there, looking good. Don't things just change as you get them stitched down? It's just amazing. You have to look through the messiness, when you're auditioning, when you're pinning down, when you have to look past that to what you think it will look like when you get it all done. You're the artist, you have the vision, and what you see the rest of us may not be able to see until you finish it. And that's why you never judge someone's work as to whether you like it or not until they're finished. Let them finish, and then look at it. And because most of the time, when you see it in its auditioning stage, it's rough, it's just a mess. But they have a vision, and if you allow them to work through their vision, you might be surprised what they come up with. Okay. And also, don't be afraid to throw something a little different. You got something working on it, like all the tone, everything in here is color coordinated except this. This is totally out of left field. But I have always done that. It just, to me, says reality, originality, real life and real nature always has something odd. You know, you go out in your garden and you've planted these beautiful flowers. When you go out, they're all blooming, but there's a strange little bloom in there because a weed came up. But it's a pretty little bloom, and it adds color, so you just leave it, you know. And so that's kind of how I like to do things. Put something a little odd in your work. It just, people will forever be asking you, well, what is that and what does that represent? Well, at least they're looking, you know, they're observing. And when you study art, you can see an artist's personality in some of these weird little things that they stick into their pieces. And no one can judge that, remember. You're the artist. No one can judge your work. They can only judge whether they like it or not, but they can't judge it as to whether it's art or good or bad, because it's art to you, okay? All right, we're going to leave that there, and I'm going to stitch more of this off camera. And in my next video, which will be number 4, I will have finished this piece, and we will look at it totally all stitched. All right. Until then, please stay scrap happy.